Well, I'm back again here, everybody. I guess I'm starting the January 30th vlog kind of early. I just am in the process right now actually of uploading my 29th vlog at the moment, and it was about 35% loaded when I got a call from the hospital telling me that my neighbor is being released. So I'm actually now heading back out that way. It's quite a bit after midnight. So it's clearly into the next day. I was really kind of hoping for the one night of, I guess, not being bugged here with the phone call thing. I know it's an awful thing to say, but I really just kind of, I don't know. When she was out there, I was really just feeling so much more relaxed and at ease, knowing the fact that she was, I guess, going to be able to get a night's sleep herself better. I was going to leave me a little bit more at ease. They diagnosed her with a night onset dementia. I don't remember the name of it. I'll figure it out here once I get her. They'll tell me again. It was something SunDowing, something or another. I don't know exactly what it was, so I'm not going to try and get it too close, I guess, here. The car's nice and cold. It's kind of, my voice is a little bit jittery here. I'm kind of a little bit of a teeth chatter from the cold. So anyway, I'll have the car warmed up, of course, by the time I get there to get her and get her back home. Just, I don't know. I was really disappointed they couldn't leave her in there, at least the overnight thing. Let her have the night's sleep, let me have the night, and then during the daylight, go back and get her and start all over again. So, but I guess we'll do it tonight, especially being how it's a darkness-induced, I guess, disease here, if you want to call it that, for the dementia. They said it's common to be hearing voices and stuff. They also said it's fairly common to get belligerent and get violent, that kind of thing, which she has not been either one of those two yet, thank God, and let's hope that doesn't get that way. The other thing is, ever since I've moved in there and next to her and stuff and become friends with her and that, and even my grandparents who were over there one time, my grandpa said like 30-some, 40 years ago now, probably 40 plus years ago, he helped carry in some stuff they'd bought that was too heavy, and he said it was so dark in the house, middle of the day, all the curtains pulled, everything, the house so dark, he tripped over a footstool and stuff and almost hurt himself pretty severely carrying in a heavy, I think probably a console TV, might have been a big radio, might have been a stove, I don't know, something, but it was definitely a large piece of equipment that he was carrying in, and it was so dark in there then. And she's definitely not a fan of lots and lots of lights. So she's about the exact opposite of my wife, who wants every curtain and every window open in the house all day long, and even at night she wants quite a few lights on. She's a big fan of light, so I'm not sure if maybe the fact that she likes to be in the dark quite a bit might have helped spur on this. So I'm going to look into seeing about doing a little research, maybe get some daylight bulbs, and like the plant grow bulbs. I know they help with people with basically the, I can't remember, I think it's called bipolar, I think, some of that kind of stuff and whatever. I believe she's told me one of her daughters has been clinically diagnosed with bipolar, and I think she believes the other daughter is bipolar also, but who knows. So anyway, I guess I'm just kind of ranting and raving here a little bit and kind of blowing off a little bit of my frustration in that with you guys, and that way clearly when I get with her I won't be you know, showing any frustration in my voice. I definitely don't want her to make her feel any more like a burden on me than she already feels. She knows that I'm not family. She knows that basically I have no reason really to help her out here. She doesn't have, you know, she's not paying me. I'm not getting any money for this stuff. Wasting fuel, wasting time, all that good crap. You know how it goes. But anyway, the nurse, when she called, asked me if I could come out and get her. Asked if I was willing to come get her, and I said, well, nobody else in this country is willing to come help her. So I really don't have much of a choice at that point. I mean, I guess I could have just pretended my phone went dead and never showed up, and I don't know what would have happened if I would have had my phone turned off or just chose not to answer it. So I assume they would have left in there overnight and tried to call me again in the morning. So, but anyway, I'm heading out there and got a little bit of a drive left, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for now and probably tie back into this little vlog after I get her home and maybe talk to you again this morning. And if not, I will check back in and finish the rest of it sometime today. And I guess we'll hope for a better day, technically today, later today, tomorrow, however you want to word it. So anyway, you guys have yourself a safe and wonderful day, and just thank your lucky stars that you're not having to deal with this personally, or you're not having to deal with a neighbor, family, relative, spouse, child, any of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, thanks for listening to me rant, and even if you guys don't get anything out of it, I think it helps me just to talk about it out loud. So, and I hate to put this on my wife, so I'm trying to keep her from this stuff as much as I can. She actually was really sweet earlier when I came over to take her to the hospital. She actually came over to the neighbor's house to help me out. And she kind of made it kind of clear she was going to head out to the hospital with me. And I didn't know how long I'd be out there, didn't know how long it'd take, and I didn't want her to have to do that. So she kind of said a few different times about how she didn't want me doing it by myself. And I told her it wasn't that real big a deal. I'm the one that kind of agreed to help out the neighbor. She didn't. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here so I can concentrate and look for deer at this time of night. So I'll let you know what I find out in a minute. Hello everybody, back here for a, I guess, early morning part of the vlog here. I went ahead and went back out and got my neighbor. It's now, I don't know, about 2:30 or so in the morning, maybe a little later than that. I don't know, I still don't have a clock in here, and my iPod's actually being used clearly for this, so I can't look at it. So anyway, got her back in the house, got her settled. She seemed, I don't know, she seemed absolutely perfectly fine. They got her on some meds and stuff. They've actually pre-diagnosed. I don't know if the guy had full-on, deal, because he only was with her for a short period of time in the room. We need to get her in to see an actual doctor this week, but I believe they're calling it SunDowing, something like that. It's basically, I looked it up on the internet, gave just a few minutes looking at it real quick, Wikipedia and that, and it's a form of dementia that can actually set in the evening, like when it gets dark. So hence the downing part of the sun. So as it gets evening time, as it gets dark, basically that's when it comes into effect. So I mentioned to the doctor and stuff that she literally just had like an Alzheimer's test, I think within a month and a half ago. It was just real recently, and she passed it with flying colors. So he said the two don't necessarily have to go in hand in hand. She said it's completely normal to have a person that's 100% lucid, completely with themselves, everything during the day. In the evening, or once the darkness starts to fall, they tend to have more of an issue with the fact of it's not that he said it wasn't really as much hallucination as it was, I want to say, exaggeration maybe of the situation. Like, they are unlikely to just make something up completely, but it's much more likely that they saw a weird shadow by a window, and then that in their mind will become the shadow of the window going on the wall will then become a person in their house. They'll hear a weird noise, whether it say be a mouse or something, or even just the wind rustling, a limb falling off a tree, an acorn, a squirrel on the roof, any of that kind of stuff will then turn into people working on the roof, or it will just keep getting worse and worse. And basically it's not his words, my words here, from what I can understand, is more of a young child exaggerating a story. So as a young boy, you saw a weird shadow in your closet, you start thinking there's a monster, you start worrying about the monster, and then it just gets worse and worse until there, in your mind, truly is a monster in your closet. So that's kind of what she's having, the situation. He said it's extremely likely to be brought on with extra levels of stress, and the crap her daughters are pulling and saying they're going to come up here, they're going to cause, the one daughter's still mad at her, saying there's a bunch of stuff in the garage that was stolen out of the garage from 4 damn years ago. I mentioned it to the cops when they come by last night, and basically he told us there's no way that he wouldn't even take the report if he was the officer on duty at the time. So you're not going to be able to do anything with a 4-year-old police report that wasn't reported from 4 years ago. So anyway, I'm trying to explain it to her. She's still worried about it. She mentioned also about how she's concerned that she hasn't got her will updated to write them out of the will completely and give the money she has left from her estate when she passes to her nieces that are doing the mission work. So I'm going to go ahead and actually try and get a doctor's appointment with her, or for her this week. Get her out there and see a doctor, get her on the meds, and then basically get a hold of a decent attorney. She don't have a lot of money, so we're not wanting to spend a bunch and stuff, but get her into an attorney, get a trust set up, and like the doctor out to the emergency room said, which I hadn't really thought about, while she's still lucid, this is, you know, an evening thing, the meds will probably take care of it real quickly, so it's a very, very mild case of it. To get in there and get a basically power of attorney set up for her medical, get a power of attorney set up for the financial, and he said it doesn't have to be the same person, but I don't really know who in her life is basically in that trustworthy of a state. I don't know, kind of reluctant to volunteer myself for that, but there's no one else. I mean, she really has, you know, a couple friends she talks on the phone with. They're all her age and kind of thing, or higher, or close to. So they're not really, I guess, what she would, or I guess what most people would consider to be a good choice for a power attorney, somebody that's your same age or older, because obviously at her age, she's, I don't know, I think she might be 90 now, something like that. I'm not really sure. I'll have to ask her when her birthday is to find out exactly. I know she's high 80s, early 90s in that ballpark range, so I don't know. It's just one of those things that it happens and it's hard to deal with. I also really dislike the fact that if I have power of attorney, I'm the one that's going to make the decisions of basically what medical treatments and stuff she gets. So I'm going to have to make sure I can get really sit down with her and discuss the stuff, hopefully prior to dealing with the actual attorney, to save her the money, because attorneys are going to charge by the hour. So if we can kind of go over a handful of stuff, I might even grab my camera like I've done before, take it over there, set up on a tripod with her, or even just handhold the thing and ask her all the questions so we can then go over it and have her answer them on a day she's having a really good day, which apparently it's been every day. It's just the night she's having a problem with. So I know how she wants to be cremated. I know where she wants her ashes spread, all that stuff. But at the same time, that doesn't affect, you know, the rest of her life if her mind does start to slip. And like the emergency room doctor said, it's never gonna, you know, it's never gonna keep getting better. So the longer you put it off, the more issue there's gonna be. He said to make sure the attorney knows that she just had the Alzheimer's test and all that good stuff, to I guess so he can make note that information was done and this was a an evening onset thing, and to go see the attorney during the day, he said it was a big deal. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and thank you all again for giving me this opportunity to, I guess, relieve some stress and that. I guess, I don't know. It's amazing how much better I feel at the end of the few 5 to 10 minutes here I talk to this stupid little device I'm holding in my hand. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying these, and if nothing else, it'll hopefully educate us that we all need to go out there and get some wills written up, get some trust put in place, that kind of thing. If you're rather young, like I am in that, my wife and I were in our 30s, a revocable trust is definitely something we need, but when you get to her age and that, an irrevocable trust is definitely a very high priority. So basically the difference between the two, of those out there who do not know, irrevocable trust means no matter what happens until you're dead, that's when the trust ends, nothing can be changed. So let's say you're to put a like a pension fund, or you're let's say you had $20,000 in the bank or whatever, you put that in an irrevocable trust, and then you decide you want to go buy a new RV, you can't touch that money because that money is no longer yours. That money is in the trust is there forever and cannot be changed until the end of the trust, which would be whoever is the trustee of it, the person who set the trust up, when that person passes, that's when the trust would end. So, and that money then would go on to whoever your beneficiary was of that trust. Now, a revocable trust basically is just a place you put it, but you have the opportunity to go back in and change your mind. It's kind of like gives you a do-over, I guess, opportunity. So, anyway, do a little research in that, and as this goes, I might even try and do a little video on my opinions and different versions of that stuff too. So anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to go ahead and rate, comment, and subscribe. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day, and I'm going to try and get some sleep. I don't know, I'm pretty wound up right now, and I'm going to have to get up pretty early in the morning to try and get her an appointment, and also have to get my wife to the dentist in the morning too. I'm probably going to go ahead and take her because of the fact that she's getting a little work done, and most times she gets, I don't know, she gets really nervous, gets a little stressed out on it, so I'm going to probably take her up there and bring her back from it. So, I'll probably talk to you in a few hours, but to you guys it'll be just a matter of seconds. So, bye.